There's this invisible force out there that pretty much decides if you're going to be wealthy or broke, fit or unhealthy, successful or just stuck. And it's not luck, it's not talent, it's not even how hard you work. It's a simple law that most of us, and I mean most of us, are using against ourselves without even knowing it. But stick with me, because by the end of this, you're going to know exactly how to flip the switch and turn it in your favor. So let's just get right to it. Let's talk about that question that keeps so many of us staring at the ceiling at night. Why does it feel like all your hard work is for nothing? You're putting in the hours, right? You're doing everything you're supposed to do, but you're in the exact same spot you were a year ago. The needle just isn't moving. It really feels like you're on a treadmill, doesn't it? You are running your heart out, you are sweating, you're burning an insane amount of energy, but when you dare to look around, your actual position in life hasn't budged 1 inch. It's this quiet, soul-crushing kind of frustration. Well, this feeling, it actually has a name, and for our purposes here, we're going to call it the Treadmill Illusion. And just understanding this is your first step to getting off of it for good. And here's the thing that I need you to hear. This changes everything. The problem isn't your effort. It's not that you're lazy. It's not that you're not trying hard enough. The problem is the completely broken mental framework you've been handed to measure your own progress. And that leads us right to the core of the issue. We are all caught in these linear traps. But the truth, the real truth, is that all meaningful growth in life is exponential. Let me break down exactly what that means, because it's a big deal. Look at this. On the left, that's the linear trap. It's what we learned in school. It's what most jobs teach us. 1 hour of work equals 1 hour of pay. 1 unit of effort, 1 unit of reward. It's simple. It's predictable. But now look at the right. That is the exponential truth. This governs everything that actually matters. Building wealth, mastering a skill, creating relationships. You put in 1 unit of effort and you get almost nothing back. Not at first. And this, right here, is the exact moment most people give up. They think the game is rigged. It's not. So this is where we finally pull back the curtain on that unseen force I mentioned. It's compounding. Now, I know we hear that word and we think about money and finance, but I'm telling you, its power reaches into every single corner of your life. But listen, to master this force, you have to survive what's called the valley of disappointment. And please, pay close attention to this part, because this is the #1 reason people fail. This is that painful period where you feel like a complete idiot for even trying, and it happens right before everything is about to explode in your favor. Just picture a graph of your progress. For a long, long time, it's just a flat line, barely above 0. It looks and feels like absolute failure. But what you can't see is that this flat line, this period of invisible progress, is storing up energy. And then, almost out of nowhere, that line takes a violent, sharp turn straight up. That, my friends, is the compounding curve. So let's redefine compounding for a second. Forget the complicated math. Think of it as an experience. It's that phase where your effort is through the roof. Your discipline is rock solid, but your tangible, visible results are, well, they're pretty much 0. The 2 most important words there, at first. And this is exactly why we quit. You bust your butt for a year to save up $2,400, and then boom, 1 car repair and it's all gone. It feels like a sick joke. You go running for 20 days straight, you look in the mirror, and you see the exact same person staring back. It feels like a personal attack. We mistake this invisible progress for total failure, and so we walk away from the very thing that was about to change our entire lives. Okay, so this isn't just about money. Not even close. And if you've stuck with me this far, get ready. Because applying this to your career, to your reputation, this is the real game changer. This is where things get really, really powerful. Okay, here's your action plan for your career. It's called skill stacking. I want you to stop trying to be the absolute best at one thing. Instead, I want you to become very, very good at 3 things that work together. So start with a core skill you already have. Let's say it's organization. Your action today is to pick 1 complementary skill to learn next, maybe data analysis. Then you add a communication skill on top of that, like public speaking. See? Any one of those skills is common, but the combination of all 3, that makes you irreplaceable. And the exact same thing goes for trust. Sure, you can cut a corner here, tell a small lie there, maybe get a short-term win. But being absolutely reliable, being honest, taking responsibility even when it's hard and no one's watching, that compounds. Over time, it builds this indestructible reputation that acts like a magnet for incredible opportunities and a shield when you make a mistake. It is the ultimate invisible asset. But we have to talk about the flip side. Because this force, this powerful engine we've been talking about, is completely neutral. And it has a dark side that will work against you just as powerfully as it can work for you. This is maybe the most crucial point to remember. Compounding is amoral. It has no conscience. It does not care if you are building good habits or terrible ones. It is a blind mathematical force, and it will multiply both with the exact same ruthless efficiency. And this is what it looks like when it goes wrong. That simple $2,000 purchase on a credit card, you make the minimum payments, it silently compounds into a $6,000 weight on your shoulders. 20 years of small, tiny, harmless health choices, they compound into a sudden, catastrophic health crisis that seems to come out of nowhere. And that little habit of complaining, left unchecked, it compounds into a toxic personality that repels good people and good opportunities. The early stages are always invisible, and that's what makes this so incredibly dangerous. So how do we fight back? How do we build a shield against this dark side and make sure we're harnessing the good? Here is your 3-step protocol. This is your action framework, starting today to literally protect yourself from your own impatience. All right, step 1, you have to change how you measure things. The biggest mistake people make is checking their progress every single day. So your immediate action is to set one weekly check-in. That's it. For your savings, you check your balance on Sunday night. For fitness, you weigh yourself on Monday morning, one time a week. This forces you to zoom out and see the only thing that matters, the long-term trend. Okay, step 2, don't interrupt the process. The huge mistake is relying on willpower to stay consistent. Your action today is to automate one positive habit. Set up an automatic weekly transfer of $50 to your savings account. Sign up for a subscription that delivers healthy meals. Set it and forget it. The whole point is to remove your impatient, meddling hands from the equation. And step 3, this is the most important one of all. Focus on your trajectory, not your speed. Your action here is to define what I call your minimum effective dose. Not some huge, scary goal, but a tiny, sustainable action, like reading just 5 pages a night or saving just $50 a week. And here's your tracking system. Get a calendar. Every single day you do your tiny action, you draw a big X on that day. Your only goal is to not break the chain. This isn't about going fast. It's about building an unbroken chain of positive direction. So here's the big takeaway. The long game is the only game worth playing. Your only real job is to survive your own impatience long enough to see the results. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one tiny action from this explainer, just one. Commit to it for the next 30 days and do not break the chain. And I want you to let me know in the comments right now what that one action is going to be. It's time to finally make compounding work for you.